I did something that I never thought I'd do. I was on TikTok, and
It's a dangerous place to be. Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Emma Derflinger.
And I'm the fabulously handsome Randy Twyford today.
And this is episode 112.
Wow.
112.
Did you ever think in the very beginning you guys would last this long?
No, especially because Darren was notoriously always like, we're not going to get more than 10 episodes.
Is that what he was saying in the beginning?
Yeah. And here we are.
At
102
112.
more later. Yeah.
So, do you have any data on anybody, how many followers we have or anything like that?
I mean, I have some data. Like, what do you...
Well, I mean, do we have very many... Has our downloads increased or followers increased?
A little bit. We're pretty consistent, but I think people are... The problem is that not everybody downloads or follows us.
They just
so if you're listening to this, yeah, you should do that so we can actually get credit for your listening. But in the last 7 days, we've had about 214 downloads.
Wow.
We're at 28,600 all-time downloads.
That's incredible.
So, I'll be pretty excited when we get to the 30,000 mark. That'll be pretty good.
And where are we at now? 26?
28.
Oh, 28.
We're close. We are close.
It'd be interesting to hear what some of those real popular podcasts, what they have.
It would be. Because we're averaging about 100 downloads. Well, 130 downloads an episode. So, that's pretty good.
Do you know, are they all the same people or are they new people? Do you get that information?
I don't have that information. But most people do download it the day it comes out. So we love that. Consistent.
Good.
But, yeah, no, I don't know how many people are listening or repeat listeners. But we have a consistent following.
Well, that's good.
So, that is good.
And it's got to be increasing some as we go along, so.
Oh, yeah. It has been. So we appreciate all you guys being here, like listening to us just ramble. You might notice we don't have Darren today.
Speaking of rambling,
yeah,
we don't have Darren with us today.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little more controlled, maybe.
Do you want to try? Do you want to try that or not?
No. No, we both. Between the two of us, it won't be. But yeah, no, Darren's in Canada catching fish. He left us high and dry. So set us out on our own. We tried to get Amanda on the podcast, but Pork Expo was chaos. So
how was that? Is that still going on or
no? It ended on Friday morning. I think they did pretty good. I did get the only picture or anything I saw from it was my name still on the Smokey D's catering cart that they give out. So
okay,
I haven't been there in years, but that's okay. Forever and always, Pork Expo. But yeah, no, I think it went pretty well. I didn't hear anything otherwise, so I'm taking that as a win.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, and yeah, Mom was off at a pretty good time on Friday, so I think it went smooth.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so
that's always a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's large, and a couple years ago they changed how we did it, so we didn't set up shop at the expo. Instead, we're just essentially catering everything in from the restaurant, and that's been a real game changer.
Do you think that's been for the good or for the bad?
I think it's been for the good. Because we have extras of anything we would essentially need. We have one van. We'd always have one or two vans there that had essentials. And then the food would just come in pretty consistently. and get checked by multiple people. So that was always good. But yeah, no, I think it was better that way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that being less stuff you'd have to drag in there.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a lot more. I felt like it was a lot less. There was a lot less. What's the word I'm looking for? Like overlap. So we wouldn't be like, hey, this one, or like when we would set up, a camp there. Sometimes you'd have to like pull from somebody else's because like, hey, something would happen and you're pulling from other things maybe in a bad situation. But this way, I don't know, it's just a lot less cluttered and chaotic. Everything was happening all in one spot.
And then you just take it out there.
Yeah, and then they just bring it, and it would be really just one order at a time. Right. Some would have more than that, but
instead of trying to piece everything together out there and making sure you had all the right ingredients and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was done at the restaurant and then brought to us, and then we just had to take it to the vendor or to the tent. So I'd say it was a lot smoother.
Oh, good.
But I don't know if that's still how. I'm sure that's how they're still doing it because that's been the way to get Darren off the fairgrounds. So
yeah.
So he can go.
When will he be back? Do you know?
I don't know. I want to say. I'm sure next week, middle of next week. I don't know. I feel like they always go for only a week. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. He'll be back by the next episode.
Yeah.
I hope.
Well, we had quite an adventure last night.
Yeah, let's hear it.
That I'd really not had happen before. We had a very large wedding catering that we did, which was really nice. And it was in a pole building just out in the middle of nowhere. And we've been getting quite a bit of rain the last few days, like every place else, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so gravel driveway and a gravel in front of the shed, but we had to bring all of our stuff in the back of the shed. So we had to mud it in.
Yeah. That's not ideal.
I mean, I took the hotshot truck and it was just fishtailing all the way around the side of the shed. Yeah. And because it was kind of half grass, half mud and stuff. And then we got to the back end and it was mud back there. Or it was gravel, kind of. But my shoes were just completely covered with mud. And then we were right at the back where we'd take our food in. So, I mean, we'd try to knock as much mud off our shoes as we could. Yeah. But still, we were tracking mud in and stuff. And then, all the time I'm wondering, how are we going to get out of here? And so we got a little Dodge van. Well, it wouldn't move. It's front wheel drive, and I thought it would really go, but it would just sit there and spin. And Danny, the girl that works for us, she'd back it up a little bit, and she was losing ground and getting closer to going off where it kind of slopes a little bit.
Yeah.
And I knew if we ever got in that slope, we were done.
Right.
But they had a tractor there, so they could pull us. They were going to pull us out. So I went to the guy that the brother of the father of the bride, and I said, "Kurt, going to have to pull us out. Well, let's look at it." So he got in the van and was able to get it turned sideways and on a little bit of solid ground, and then we were able to go. Huh. But and then we got the hotshot van. I kind of followed him, backing it up a little bit on solid ground, and then getting a little forward push on it, and was able to get out. But mud was a mess. I mean, I had to take both vehicles to get to the car wash this morning and get them cleaned up and stuff. They were
trashed.
A mess, yeah, to say the least. But it went well.
Good.
really went well, and they were about right on their numbers as far as how many guests they were having. They said 202, and it came in probably about 210.
Hmm,
So that was fine as far as plates go. And it's hard to tell on the whole plates and silverware packets and stuff because
mhm.
you don't know when somebody comes back and gets a second one.
That's very true.
It gets a second plate and stuff. And it's one of those deals you kind of keep an eye on that they aren't coming back and getting a second plate and what that does to your total numbers and stuff. So
Do
I
you
think we were
guys
pretty good on our numbers.
do you guys always do you only offer buffets?
Yeah, exactly. That's all we do
Okay.
is buffets,
So I went
and
to a
we
wedding
don't
last night and it
and we don't
was
serve them, and we don't serve them
yeah.
either. They're
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I
so.
went
What
to a
about
wedding
your
last
wedding?
night. I went to a wedding last night that was plated dinners.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Did some
How'd
fancy
that go?
stuff. It was good. I can't I don't there's not it's not very common I feel like anymore to do that.
There is down here. There's some. There's a couple caterers that are known for doing plated meals and stuff. So um, the fancier the venue, kind of the more
Yeah.
upscale wedding
This was a
reception,
fancy this was a
it
fancy
was a
venue.
fancy too. So
Yeah. Which
so
it
those will
made
get
sense, but
those will go into the plated meals and stuff. But we
yeah.
don't even do regular china and stuff.
Oh yeah. That's I don't think that's necessary.
Well, it's a disaster to do. So
Yeah. I'd agree. No, but I was just thinking about it cuz I don't I mean, not that I'm a big wedding goer by any means, but I don't know if I've ever really been to one as an adult with a plated meal.
what'd they have? What was on the menu?
Chicken and salmon.
Okay.
Um, it was bone-in chicken, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts with like a um, mushroom sauce on the chicken. That was really good. And then just salmon and I was like on a rice base, I think.
Now, was
But
that one you had to put in a reservation beforehand?
yeah, you had to order. Yeah, so when you RSVP'd, you put down what you wanted for your meal. I was
Yeah.
a late invite, so um, they just gave me whatever Lane ordered because I probably would have ate the salmon instead. But
And you had the chicken?
yeah, but it was still good. I mean, it was good chicken, so
Huh.
I'm not complaining by any means. But yeah,
And then we have people will do, unbeknownst to us, this was a wedding that it had happened to. They do the same type of deal. Like we had pork loin and herb roasted chicken. So on their invite cards, the response cards, they wanted people to know. They called me with numbers and said, okay, we've got 160 uh, pork
hmm.
loins and 80 chickens.
That's kind of hard with a buffet
Yeah,
because you're like people see it as an option, right? Instead of
yeah,
a
and you can't do that.
yeah,
We've kind of half-assed tried doing it a
yeah,
couple times, but it doesn't work. I mean, people, you almost got to have a police down there going, okay, what did you order? And that
right.
doesn't work.
Yeah, no, that's just annoying and unnecessary. Cause yeah, no, I could see that being an issue.
Yeah, and so it's kind of one of those deals you wish they'd have told you that's what they were going to do. You could have stopped it.
Right. Well, and I know that they probably just think they're being helpful and also protecting their budget, but it doesn't really make much of a difference, does it, with a
No,
buffet?
no, no. I mean, I figure so much of the chicken, so much of the pork loin, and that's it. So,
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Hmm. Interesting. Well, what else has been going on?
well, dealing with a food truck. Well, not dealing with a food truck, really.
But dealing with the food truck.
but there hasn't been anything more. What was your date that you picked?
I picked June 20th.
We're
And
not going to.
we had some people send in June 16th that week.
The first part of that week,
Mm.
like which would be not this week, the next week.
2 weeks. It's the 8th. Well, so when this comes out, it'll be the 9th. So, oh no, yeah, next week. I can't do math. So I'm saying by the end of next week.
I'm
20th.
guessing. I've got a hunch. Well, it's going to have to be that we go, if it's going to be picked up next week, it's got to be next Monday. Because that's the only day I have available to go down there and get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the 16th.
So, do you think there's a chance you'll get it this week?
If we go by, no, not this week.
Right.
Because the only day I've got to go down there and get it is tomorrow, and that's not going to happen.
Right.
You know, they aren't going to call in the morning and say, "Hey, we've got it" and stuff. I think they'll get the radiator in this week,
Right.
because that would be the 10 to 12 days, and or 16, and then I still, for the life of me, don't know why it takes that long to ship a goddamn radiator.
I don't either.
You know.
But okay, so I don't know because you sent this to Darren and I Wednesday or Monday morning. So tell everybody give the generator update because last time you just knew they needed to fix it, but I don't think we knew like the details.
Well, the details are they came back and said you got two choices. One, to fix it, and it has 5 holes in it, and the radiator has 5 holes in it.
Okay.
And so we could fix it. Or get a brand new one. Now, I'll just go ahead. I wasn't going to say what the cost was, but people that are thinking about getting into the food truck business, they might as well know what some of the costs of getting in it are.
Yeah.
So to get it fixed was $1,700.
Okay.
To get it fixed.
That's okay.
To get a brand new one is $2,300.
Oh, that's an easy choice.
What's your choice?
I'd get a brand new one.
Yeah. That's, I mean, and so I talked to the shop foreman down there and I said, what would you do? He goes, well, he says, if they fix it, it's going to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But he said, you're going to have 5 weak points on your radiator.
Right.
Pressure points. Because fixing the holes.
Mm-hmm.
As of if you get a new one, you don't have any pressure points. It's all ready to go.
Exactly.
So I went ahead and got the new one. And that was, getting the new one actually takes less time than getting the old one fixed.
I believe that.
And but I would think in a big radiator shop it wouldn't take that long. I guess I don't know enough about radiators.
Well, you said in the message last time they needed one. It was coming in from Florida.
Oh, so. The last time it was from Florida.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts to it.
Well, where I messed up is I should have asked them where it was coming from.
Oh, yeah.
And if it had been coming from Florida, I would have ran down and picked it up.
Just gonna take a week.
Instead of taking a week and a half to get it up here, just run down and get it and save my freight.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that mindset. It's a little crazy, but I get that mindset. I would do that too.
And it'd probably scare me what the freight's going to be on it.
Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be.
And I don't know whether the freight's included in that $2,300 or not.
That might make it that. Yeah, that might do some damage.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be that heavy, but
Yeah, but
who knows?
who knows? So hopefully you get all
Hopefully
that.
next Monday.
Hopefully next Monday.
Hopefully hopefully the next time we broadcast,
Yeah,
we'll know I'll know
we'll be on
something.
the up and up.
I'll know something whether I'm going down that on Monday and picking it up or not. But
All right. I hope you are, but I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be really funny for me and Darren if you aren't.
oh, I know. I'm going to be so
It's
pissed off.
well, even the text. I'm gonna just read this text because I laughed for a couple of minutes after one of the texts you sent us. But oh, I just thought it was funny because I said June 20th is looking pretty realistic, and Darren said one listener sent me a message. They have $20 on the 16th, and you're like, I'm not taking any bets. Who the fuck knows? It's like, oh, he's pissed.
Yeah, and that's
It was
and it
just
doesn't
funny
take.
because yeah, even after the episode, I think we were talking about it a little more, and you were cussing up a
It doesn't
storm.
take much for me to get pissed off about the whole disaster.
No, but I mean, it's inconvenient. You got to lug around the other one.
Luckily, we already had that generator and stuff to lug around.
That's true. Not everybody is so lucky.
Yeah, we already had that. That was the one we used for the house.
Yeah.
And also lucky is I got a bunch of young guys, athletic guys, working for me that can lift it in and out of the van,
Yeah. That's true.
minivan, and get it taken in and out instead of having to use the ramps and all that bullshit.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But I'm trying to stay positive, that once we get it back, and it'll be nice to be able to run it all the time and not have to
Yeah.
worry about
Lugging around the other one, and
lugging around the other one. Exactly.
it's going to
But
be
it's a
great.
pain in the fucking ass right now.
Yeah. That makes sense. It's just one of those inconveniences that comes with, I mean, being an adult in general. It's just like, you've got to be shitting me. Can't catch a break.
Well, and that's just for the people that are wanting to get into the food truck business. It's just the kind of stuff that can happen. Now, I don't know for sure. I've never figured. I never went and looked at the invoice of when we bought the truck, but I think we've had it like 7 years.
Okay, so that's pretty impressive. I
Yeah.
almost think that's longer than Darren's had the Smoky D's one.
Well, and the thing of it is the generator is on the very back corner, the driver's side corner. So all the dirt and dust and everything blows up into the generator from the road.
Right.
And so all that has to be,
Maintain.
and I did something that I never thought I'd do. I was on TikTok and
That's a dangerous place to be.
yeah. And I was on TikTok and there was a radiator cleaner out there that you hook up to a hose and it's got all these spray nozzles on it and you can spray down through.
Don't, Randy, don't.
Yeah.
Did you
I
fall
did.
for the TikTok shop?
Yeah. I bought it.
You bought one?
Yeah. And then after I got it, I bought it, I got the paperwork and it's shipping from Ireland.
Oh my
I'll
God.
forget about it by the time it gets here.
Yeah, it'll just, if it even comes.
Yeah. Well, I think I paid 20 something bucks for it. So.
As long as you don't get scammed.
Well, I'm not saying that won't happen. So.
It could. That TikTok.
Oh.
I don't know. I've had okay luck with the TikTok shop, and so has Darren.
Oh, I know, and I've bought some other stuff off of it, but it looked like for my problems I've been having, it looked like just the device I would need to clean out all the grates and stuff. And now I got to get myself to like once a month or every 3 weeks spray out the radiator coils and clean them all out.
Yeah.
And
Once a
maybe
month.
we won't have this problem again.
Ah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
One can dream. One can dream. But just the saga
So
continues.
it would be nice to have the generator this week. This week's probably one of our biggest vending weeks of the year.
Yeah.
It's the Illinois FFA convention in Springfield at the
Oh
convention
yeah.
center, and that's huge.
I believe that.
I mean, we're up there for 3 days, and one day we're only up there from one day we're up Tuesday we're there from 11:30 to 6, and
Okay.
then 11 to 2, and then 11 to 1:30, and then we go. Remind me about Levitt Amp.
11 amp.
Levitt Amp, a vending
11 amp.
event we do. It's a
Okay.
concert series.
Ooh. Love that.
So we go from there to Levitt Amp. So we'll be in Springfield doing the FFA convention. We'll leave the truck up there, and then that evening do the Levitt Amp convention, our music festival.
I love that.
We normally don't run out of food. I mean, very rarely do we run. We come loaded pretty well.
Yeah, you're like a well-oiled machine.
I mean, we come pretty well loaded with stuff. Last week we ran out of food at the Levitt Amp convention deal.
Holy shit!
That's how many people. They thought they almost set a record attendance.
Huh?
And
how many people? Did they give you a number?
I didn't see a number or anything.
So, how many food trucks were there?
There was probably 5, 6 food trucks.
Anything like your food truck?
No, we were the only barbecue one there.
Yeah.
And there was the Filipino guys. They were back.
Yeah.
And then there's a pizza truck, a mango smoothie trailer. Yeah. Okay. And then a corn dog. The name of the guy's food truck is called Fair Food.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. It's corn dogs, elephant ears, or whatever you want to call them.
What's elephant ears?
The things you fry. You fry them, and they're like pancakes, but you fry them.
Funnel cakes?
Funnel cakes. You've never heard of them called elephant ears?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's the big name down here is elephant ears.
Yeah, okay, it is. It's funnel. It's fried dough.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, that's a funnel cake.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. Elephant ears doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, it does. It's kind of big, No. And round, like an elephant's ear.
Okay, so the pictures that are popping up on the Google image search is just showing me, like, I could see why it's called an elephant ear, because it is just a big round. But if it's funnel cake, because, like, funnel cake's stringy and...
Right, but they go together. They fry together.
Huh. I don't think I've ever had an elephant ear. It looks delicious.
They're a very popular fair food.
Huh.
And then you can put...
I don't think we have that at ours.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I don't think so. I think it's just a funnel cake.
There's enough of those carnies that travel.
I think it's just a funnel cake.
Funnel cakes, elephant ears, they're all the same thing.
But it looks like they're different a little bit. Elephant ears look like they have cinnamon, or like a cinnamon sugar kind of mixture, and funnel cakes have powdered sugar.
Well, and that's right. Both of them have that. Or then they have different kinds of toppings that go on them.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, but there's different toppings that you can put on.
People put like strawberries and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Strawberries and this, that.
I might have to. Are you? I think you might be giving me a reason to go to the state fair this year and check it out and see if I can find any elephant ears.
But
But I don't know. The fair scares me.
yeah,
We'll make Darren
I
go.
shouldn't say that. We're going to do a fair this year, so
Well, the Iowa State Fair is a scary place when you don't like people that much
okay.
and crowds and
They
the
have
heat.
yeah,
It's just
the
not my
heat
favorite place to
and
be.
all the different types of foods and
Yeah, there's just smells and all of the heat from the fryers and everything, and the
yeah,
people. And it's August in Iowa, which is essentially like being on the sun.
yeah.
So
Exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
I will. I could do without. I like the air conditioning in my home and no one around.
Well, it'll be interesting to see for us when we do our county fair that we're doing this year.
I like a good county fair.
Well, this is good when they have rodeo, track and
Yeah.
tractor pulls,
Do they do live
demo.
music?
Yeah, they have a couple. I can't tell you what the names of them are, but a couple big country bands.
What
Pretty
county fair?
Menard County Fair. Menard
Menard
County Fair.
County Fair concert. What's this year? 2025. Menard County Fair. Um, Gary Allen. Gary Allen?
Yeah, I think that's one of them.
Yeah, it is.
Is he
That's a
pretty popular?
yeah, yeah. I'd say so. Yeah, I'd say so. He's one of he's one of my parents' favorites. I've seen him a couple of
Okay.
times, but he's not. Oh, he must be sold out already.
Is it sold out?
No, I lied. July 18th, Gary Allen, Austin Snell, Sterling, Ilza. I don't know those two, but I know Gary Allen. Huh? Look at you guys. So that'll be good.
Yeah, yeah. They have big crowds up there for it, and then of course they have the livestock shows and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
So, and that's they have pretty popular livestock show up there.
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, that'll be good. And that's kind of coming up here soon, July.
Yeah, a month away.
Mm-hmm.
Just a month.
Just a month. Um, right on. So, what other kind of events do you have this week?
Well, that's pretty well the FFA convention takes up most
Just
of what
all
we're
of it?
doing, and then the Levitt Amp, and then there's this little town we go to called Verdon,
Mm-hmm.
and we set up on the square there, and we're sponsored by the Methodist Church. We give a percentage of our sales back
Yeah.
to the Methodist Church. It's unbelievable, the
Oh,
sales.
I believe it. I believe
Yeah,
it.
it's probably
Well, yeah. Do you do family packages for those?
no.
Oh, you just do individual
What do you mean by
meals still?
family packages?
Well, so like sometimes when uh Smokey D's would go to like a neighborhood or something like that, they would have a family package so they could get like so much meat and so many sides at a
I'm
certain
not
price.
saying that's something we shouldn't be doing. Where you could get
Yeah, so like
a
if
pound
you're
of
like
pork,
a family, yeah, family
a
of
pound
four.
of pork, a pound of brisket,
Yeah,
2 pounds of potatoes.
yeah, we essentially did. I mean, we did like the Smokey D's family platter, essentially.
Yeah,
I believe. I think. Don't quote me on that. And if we weren't, we should have been.
yeah.
But I think we were.
Well, we do pretty good at that, and then I think we've got a wedding next weekend, and got a bunch of weddings coming up.
'Tis the season.
Well, but we probably got about a half a dozen weddings in
Mm-hmm.
here in June, and then part of July, and then seems like middle of July through August it closes down weddings. I guess just because of the
Yeah.
heat and stuff.
Yeah, no one wants to get married in.
But then
I
in
guess.
September we're completely booked. 2 weddings. There's a dog behind you.
Yeah, Maybell. My
I
shadow.
just saw her moving around. I was like, what is that back there?
Nope, it's the little dog. She's always behind me. The big
But
dog's nowhere to be seen.
in September, we've got the last weekend in August, and then through September, and then through the third week of October, we've got 2 weddings every weekend.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like the ideal time to get married, where it's still
Yeah.
kind of warm, but not hot.
Well, and then a lot of them, the receptions are outside, or,
Mm-hmm.
they call them barn brides,
Mm-hmm.
where they get married at wineries and stuff like
Yep.
that, where they're
Oh yeah.
outside and stuff.
It's primarily the only weddings I go to. Actually, those were like the only weddings I would go to. That's just a very common thing with my group of people.
What was that
Until I
one
was
last night? Was it a barn
no,
wedding?
no,
Is a formal,
yes, it's a Catholic wedding.
huh?
So it was a Catholic wedding. So the ceremony was in a church, and then the reception was in Hotel Fort Des Moines, which is
Okay.
just a very fancy old school hotel in
Wow.
downtown. Yeah. No, it was a very nice event. Fancier. I'd say, well, it was, one of the fancier weddings I think I've been to. But that's okay. Teach their own.
You're probably
Get
going to
ready.
hear a storm thunder coming through. I don't know whether you're
Yeah.
hearing it or not.
I can't yet. We had some rain this morning. It's just sun finally came out up down here. It's
Now
been
there's a
hiding all day.
storm starting to roll through. So,
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. Well, what else is going on?
well, just just the part of the week of getting everything prepped and stuff. Tomorrow, a couple guys are going to come in, and that'll be our prep day. And I think I figured up just for the food truck vending, we need 450 pounds of potato casserole
Oh, that's a lot of potato casserole.
and almost 500 pounds of macaroni and cheese.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was kind of like, holy
That's
shit.
so many carbs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's a lot
So
of
when the
food.
boys get in, they're probably not going to be real happy.
No, I wouldn't be. Cannot say I would be either.
And we're short a person, so
Shit.
yeah. Plus,
Well.
we got burnt ends to process and chopped
So
brisket to
tomorrow's prep
process.
day is gonna suck.
Yeah.
That's tough.
It's really gonna. Normally, they can come in and do prep work and be done by 10 o'clock, 10:30.
They're not.
I'm going to
not the
plan
case
on
tomorrow.
buying lunch.
I think that's the nice thing you could do.
Oh, I always do. If they're out here during the noon hour or close to the noon hour and stuff, I always buy lunch
Well, that's nice of you.
or fix something here. Normally, I'll just go in town.
I used to have to say we needed new photos to get free food.
Oh.
Darren. He knows that though. I don't have that anymore. I have to get my own lunch. Not as much fun.
So it'll be quite the prep day, and we may even do prep day into 2 days. One the first part of the week, and another one in the second part of the week.
Yeah, just
for the
so
latter
part. Killing them.
Well, and we run out of room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Storage room. That's a big thing. But at the same time, we got to find time later on in the week to do the prep work.
Yeah.
And we're already booked up, and we're booked with a food truck and stuff, and we've got some caterings in there and stuff. So
tomorrow's just gonna have to be a long day.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day.
Relatable.
So kind of getting ready for that. Always kind of keeping an eye on my phone, thinking that one of these days I'm going to get that caller ID shows up CK Power.
That's a nice...
That's a generator place.
Yeah. What a nice dream to have.
Yeah.
I think that is what it is until further notice.
If I don't hear from them by Friday, I'm going to be really friggin' pissed off.
I'm hoping you hear from them by Friday. That would be nice.
So I could go down there Monday and pick it up. But
yeah. Get it put back in. Oh. Well, my life's pretty boring over here, so.
Do what?
I said my life's pretty boring over here. I
Oh,
don't have
I'm
much
sure it
going on.
isn't.
You want to know the most exciting thing that... Well, it's not exciting. You want to know the only thing that happened this week that actually took any of my brain power?
What's that?
Freaking Steelers signing Aaron Rodgers.
That's not good?
I'm not sure I'm a fan of the idea. He's just... I think he's too old to be playing football anymore.
How old a guy is he?
Oh, let me look. He's got to be late 30s, early 40s. He's in his 40s, I think. He's been playing football forever. He's 41.
40?
Yeah. Just signed with the old Pittsburgh Steelers. And, yeah. Yep. I'm having mixed emotions. But it'll be great if they win. If the Steelers win, then all will be good. If they don't, then I
You're
know
a
who I'm going
Steelers
to blame.
fan?
I am.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Okay. The whole clan is?
Yeah. Not that it makes much sense, but they were really good when my dad was little. So.
Okay.
They were pretty good when I was little too. So. Yeah. I just grew up watching them.
So, there's a bunch of barbecue contests I've seen are coming up. I wonder if Darren will be hitting some of those.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to keep up with him.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I feel like he decides like on Tuesday if he's going on Thursday.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
So, yeah. He'd be an MIA. It's kind of weird without him. This is the second time we've done the podcast while he's in Canada. Nope. Third.
Is it the third?
It's the third time I've done the podcast without him, or while he was in Canada. Or we recorded this first one early, but he doesn't like doing that very much, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years we've been doing this. Well, 2 years, 2 full years. But on that third year. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. God. 112 episodes, guys. That's a lot of them. That's a lot. We talk a lot.
Yeah.
The three of us. Which is so funny. And I think it's funny that, yeah, like Lane likes to be like, have you talked to your old guys today?
The old guys? What the hell?
Old guys, barbecue boyfriends, it's all sorts of stuff. You guys have all sorts of names. So, always, every Saturday, he's like, you talking to the guys tomorrow? I was like, yeah. Duh. The only people I talk to outside of him and my mom. So, I was hoping we could get Mom on the podcast.
Well, I do too.
Bummed the schedule didn't work out this week, but you guys are busy people.
Yeah, it was kind of busy this week.
Yeah, it was a crazy week for both of you. I was just along for the ride. It's like, whatever works for you guys. But, no. That's good. We'll get her on one day with D-Dub, too, and we'll do a whole food safety episode.
Yeah, we need to do the food safety.
Yeah, so she can scold D-Dub, because she thinks he breaks most rules.
Well, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah. Guys, you should temp your chicken to 160. Darren would say 150. Sometimes 145. If he's feeling
145 is his magic number.
And it'll cook itself for a little bit longer. What's a funny argument to have? But, yeah, so.
Hang on a second. I'm motioning Marla to shut the doors on the shed.
Okay.
At least I thought she was. Surely she is.
No, we'll find out.
Yeah, when the doors aren't.
So this FFA convention, what kind of menu do you take? Big one, little one?
Our full menu, our full truck menu.
Full menu?
Yeah.
Do you do any specialties for like those kind of events? Like, do you have a special, kind of like the St. Patty's Day one?
No, not usually. I'm thinking about doing a dessert.
Ooh.
Doing our apple crisp.
Oh, yeah.
And, we've got some styrofoam bowls, just a bowl of apple crisp and stuff. And
yeah, that would be good. Give them a little sweet treat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's been the thing lately.
Do what?
I feel like that's the thing lately.
Well, I do too. I mean, you see a lot of these trucks and stuff, and a lot of them have some type of dessert, and then there's just the straight up dessert trucks.
Yeah, I do love a good dessert truck. I do love a good dessert truck, even though I'm supposed to be on a diet.
Right. Per se.
Per se. I'm not following it very well. It's hard to say no to a sweet treat.
Oh, I know. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have an ice cream every night.
No, I can't. I mean,
I know.
I had some cheese dip the other night.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I
Sound
wasn't
like my
fun to
dog.
be around.
My dog has these shits right now, too.
Oh, boy.
Last night was rough. I think we were up every hour and a half.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, what time did you get done with the wedding?
We left. I mean, the wedding started at 2, so we were out of there. But like, our group decided to leave at about 8:30. So
okay,
I was home by 9:30, pretty reasonable.
Okay.
And then yeah, I went to bed, and then Twyla said, "No,
time to get up."
Yeah, I think it took me. I think by the 4th time I woke up, I said, "You know what? I'll just sleep on the couch."
Right.
But yeah, so I was glad we didn't record first thing this morning. I needed a nap.
Well, good. I am too, because I had a catering today.
Yep.
And had a catering today, and then 2 caterings. One was a pickup, which one, and it's just one of the guys from one of the guys that works for us. Is his family. They're having a birthday party, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Wasn't a big deal, so.
Yeah. No, pretty easy. Pretty easy Sunday then. Well, pretty close to an hour.
Do what?
Probably a little. I said we're pretty close to an hour.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
I don't
Darren
either.
takes up. I feel like this extra 15 minutes is just when Darren talks about whatever. So I feel like we've done.
Or
pretty
him
good.
And I can talk about this or that.
Yeah. Yeah. But.
Well,
yeah.
next week, next broadcast.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
There'll be a generator.
We can only hope.
We can only hope.
So.
Or you'll be picking it up on June 20th, and I'm gonna laugh because I called it.
You'll be the winner.
Mm-hmm. What can I say? Pretty good at that game. But
yeah. All right. Anyway, are we done?
Yeah. If you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod. Find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe. Do all the things. You know the drill. Randy, take it away.
Boom. Out of here. Finished. Done.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios.